I'm going to show you how to fix a Vizio TV that is stuck on the logo for the model E500i-A1. A customer sent in just their mainboard because that is the issue and the cause of that common fault. And we're going to live test it, diagnose it, and fix it. To live test our mainboard, we're actually going to be using not a TV, but our platform. So we have a mainboard tester, power supply, and everything else we need to properly live test this board. So let's turn it on. I am noticing that the standby light did turn on for a second. Okay, just flickered. Let's see, let's go ahead and try and power it on. And we are getting our Vizio logo here on screen using our mainboard tester. So we're just plugging in the LVDS cable to our tester here. The issue they were experiencing is stuck on Vizio logo. So let's wait a minute or two and see what we get. Okay, it hasn't been a minute or two, but it's been about 10-15 seconds. The Vizio logo should have definitely already loaded through, and we should be seeing a no signal or HDMI or the menus, but we're still stuck on that logo. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at that main board. All right, we're gonna be focusing more specifically on our NAND chip. Our NAND chip is right over here. For reference, it's the one right below the heatsink. This is our common culprit for most of our faults with this TV. For this specific main board, it is stuck on the Vizio logo. However, we also commonly see the TV does boot in past the Vizio logo, but then shuts itself off, or it does boot in, it doesn't shut itself off, but the menus are very slow to navigate, or we've seen black and white picture issues. All of those problems are this NAND chip right here. Now, technically, the chip itself is not the issue. The issue is the software that's contained within the chip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove it from the board, we're gonna completely erase all the software, reprogram it with fresh, good software, and then we're gonna put that back on the board. If you found the video helpful so far, make sure to leave us a like and subscribe for more content. Let's get started. I'm going to start by adding a lot of solder to this entire side over here. And my goal is to essentially have every single pin desoldered at the exact same time. Just like that. And we're going to be lifting the chip slowly. Perfect. Now we're going to use our desolder wick, get rid of some of that extra solder. All right, and now this whole side is free and clear. I'm going to rotate the board. We'll go ahead and do the same on this side. There are some capacitors, so we want to be careful. We don't want to knock one of those off. And with my tweezers, I am grabbing the NAND. We'll center that. Come on. There we go. All right, we'll worry about cleaning off the board in a bit. First, let's focus on our NAND. So I'm gonna wanna clean off the NAND because we are gonna be actually reprogramming it. And for it to be reprogrammed, we need clean pins. So we have lots of extra solder, putting some flux on there to help me clean them off. All right, just like that. And we'll go ahead and do the same to the other side. Now, if you are interested, I am going to have these available for sale on our website that are pre-programmed so that you don't have to go through the trouble of programming it and cleaning your chip. You can just go ahead and swap it out with a new one. And that'll be in the video description below. All right, so now that we have cleaned off all of the extra solder, we have tons of flux, so let's go ahead and clean the flux off now. And I'm gonna be using isopropyl alcohol and a brush. I'm just gonna brush it away. And you do wanna be careful, the pins are fragile, so we don't wanna bend them during this process. All right, we'll do the other side. All right, flip it over. We'll do the underside of the chip now. All right, and then we'll go ahead and wipe all that off with our Kimtech wipe. Okay, and we have a nice clean chip now. Let's bring it over to our programmer. Okay, we have our chip in our TNM 5000 programmer, and we have it pulled up on screen here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is detect it. All right, and then we'll erase it. Yes. All right, during the erasing process, it said it is done successfully, so there were no bad blocks. We'll go ahead and program, select our software, and this is gonna take about 5 minutes or so, so let's go ahead and clean up the main board, and then we'll come back to this. All right, so while our NAND chip is programming, let's go ahead and clean up this mess over here we left. I'm gonna start with my desolder wick, and we're gonna desolder any of that excess solder left on the traces. All right, we'll do the same on the other side. There's a big blob right there. All right, and let me do one more pass here. You want to be careful. You don't want to linger too long with too much heat or you'll rip the traces off. And now we'll clean it all up with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. All right, beautiful. Now, while we wait for the NAND to finish programming, if you're interested in sending in your main board for us to fix, we have a flat rate mail-in repair service with a 1-year warranty. More information on that in the video description below. All right, our NAND programmed successfully, so now it is ready to be reattached. I'm gonna line it up best I can here. You know what, that's gonna be good enough, for now at least. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by soldering this pin over here on the edge. Just like that. So that means it's locked in. All right, and now we'll go ahead and do the same on this pin. And I think I'm happy with the alignment. So we'll go ahead and lock in a couple more now. Spread some solder around. That's way too much, that's all right. All right, now we can go ahead and add a ton of flux. I know a lot of people pride themselves in using as little flux as possible, but if it makes the job easier and quicker, I'm all for it. Use all the flux. All right, I'm having a hard time removing that last piece of solder on the edge, so we'll use our desolder wick, but I don't want to remove too much because I still need a little solder to solder those last couple pins. There we go. We'll go ahead and zoom in a little more, get up close and personal here. All right, we're really zoomed in now. All right, that is a lot of extra solder. We'll try to bring that over to the edge, and then we'll use that desolder wick to get rid of the excess. And I think I got rid of a little too much. Let me just add a little bit more and start a vicious cycle. All right, nope, that was perfect. All right, we'll start by removing some with our Q-tip. Just want to remove the bulk of the flux first, and then we'll use our toothbrush to finish cleaning off the rest. Otherwise, if I just use the toothbrush, then I'm kind of just spreading it around. This is no clean flux, so technically I don't need to clean it, but I don't want to leave a mess for my customer. Although, sometimes there are benefits to leaving a mess. I have had customers claim we never fixed their board because there was no obvious signs of soldering because we did such a good job and cleaned up after ourselves. So sometimes it actually pays to leave a mess behind to show proof that you did something. All right, and my last step is I'm gonna rake the pins to make sure that they're all soldered in correctly and none of them are loose. Perfect. Perfect. Before we live test the main board, make sure to leave us a like and subscribe. All right, our main board is back in the set. Let's go ahead and power it on. We get our standby light again. Got a quick flash. I didn't press the power button yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that immediately turned on. We get our Vizio logo. Does it boot past it? It does. Black screen now. I'm gonna plug in my Fire Stick into HDMI port 1. And we see HDMI 1. Go ahead and load that up. All right, we get picture. Our volume is responding. My menu is coming up. I have colors on the menu. I'm gonna make sure that we have color on the HDMI as well. All right, let's zoom in on that screen. Yep, and I'm seeing color. All right, so we got good color and we have audio. All right, we have another successful repair for our Vizio Mainboard E500i-A1. If you're interested in fixing it yourself, again, we'll have the NAND available for sale in the video description below, as well as the full mail-in repair service with a 1-year warranty for you to send in your mainboard for us to fix. If you like the content, leave us a like. If you want more content, subscribe. Thanks for watching.